welcome back to Redneck Garage YouTube channel. Told y'all I was going to do a video on this here grinder. This is the Bauer 20 volt grinder. It's $40 at Harbor Freight. Now, please keep a mindset of this isn't a $200 grinder, this isn't a $300 grinder, but we're going to find out how good it just does for 40 bucks. For those of you who follow my YouTube channel on a regular basis, you guys see this bad puppy in my hands quite a bit. I've had it for a couple years now, and it has not skipped a beat. This is a good quality grinder. Hercules from Harbor Freight. It is plug-in. You can't go wrong with this here grinder. I believe I paid like 50 bucks for it. This thing, hands down, just a good grinder. The button is nice and smooth. It locks in place. I've never had an issue with it. So if you want a corded one, and we'll get into the differences between the corded and the non-corded here in a minute, as well as testing this here out. A corded one, for this price point, definitely good. I have dropped it. I have abused it. I mean, you can just see it has been used. It doesn't sit. I do a lot of grinding and cutting in this garage. This thing, hands down. The reason for my purchase of this is a few reasons. Number one, I purchased this drill a while back. It's Bauer, and I really like this drill. I've had multiple brands and name brands of drills. I've had Snap-on, I've had DeWalt, I've had Walmart stuff. You know, I've had Black & Decker. You name it, I've had quite a few different name brands, and some name brands were priced about the same price point as this. And while I can say the Black & Decker is the same price point as this, the Black & Decker most of the time comes with a couple of batteries, a charger, etc., etc. This, it's tool only, and you got to buy the charger and the battery separate. But I'll get into that too. If you stand this next to the Black & Decker, hands down, whoops it in anything. I have two Black & Deckers, and yeah, they've gone strong. I had one for 5 years already, and the other one I've had it for about 3. This thing, it whoops it. My Black & Decker drill is now only used to put the levelers down on my camper. Yeah. I have a Black & Decker saw over there. It sucks. I mean, it's okay for small stuff, but honestly, it sucks. This drill's got a steel chuck, and it's been awesome. Again, you've probably seen it in my videos, just going to town. I like it. So I liked it so much, I was doing a job that required a jigsaw. So I went and I picked up the Bauer jigsaw. Now, I've only used this a handful of times. Nothing major, but I really like it. Metal down here, not plastic like most of the cheap ones are. It feels good in the hands. Nice rubber grip, same as the drill. It feels quality. Now, if you put your hand on this and put your hand on a Snap-on one, there's going to be a difference. But honestly, a lot of us know the Snap-on ones aren't always the best ones. I have a Milwaukee Impact that walks all over the Snap-on Impact. I mean, I'm just saying. So, name brand is not always the key to a better product. Now, keep in mind, these tools are cheap. So, they're going to cheap out in some places, you know. But for the most part, they're good tools. I mean, they've served me good so far. And I've been putting off buying this grinder for a long time because, for one, I'm not really a fan of battery operated grinders, and we'll get into that in a minute too. I'm not a fan of battery operated grinders, and I really didn't think for 40 bucks that it would do all right. Now, I used it the other day in a video that I was making for you guys, and I lost that video, so I'm remaking the video. And just using it in that video, I really liked it. But there's some things we're going to have to talk about. For one, it's only a $40 tool. And I like Bauer's idea of selling their tools without batteries and chargers, because number one, it makes the tool cheaper in the long run, because you don't want to spend $200 on a drill that comes with batteries and a charger. Yeah, extra batteries are good, but what if you're like me and you have 2 batteries already, and that 2 batteries is plenty for what you need to do with your tools, and you want to spend $200 and you'd rather just buy the tool at a lower cost, like me. So in the longer run, it's kind of cheaper. But if you're somebody who needs 10 batteries a day, then by all means, that's fine. And you can pick up a battery at Harbor Freight when they're on sale for $35. I got this battery for $35. This is the big battery, and I have the small battery too. So really, I mean, you can't complain too much. Now, I want to say, I have used a Milwaukee battery operated grinder, and I didn't like it for one reason. It's just like my Milwaukee Impact. It shuts off when you're in the middle of doing something, and you got to fight with it to turn it back on. My Impact, as much as I love that thing, I mean, I absolutely praise that thing. It's been going strong for 5 going on 6 years now, and it's just awesome. But when you're in the middle of using them, they shut off. They go into protection mode. And I have heard that this does it too. And we're going to find out if it does it and how fast it does it and how bad it does it. So keep in mind, no matter what brand you go with, all battery operated tools are going to have a cutoff. I have had this drill cut off on me like twice. And that was when I was using it all day building our patio room. So it was getting like a lot of use between 3 people. It was just boom, boom, boom all day long. It put in hundreds of screws. And it only shut off twice. And you hit the trigger and it's back. So no complaints at all. Now, keep in mind, for those of you who do work that require a plug-in grinder, a 110 grinder, this is not your replacement. No battery-operated grinder is going to be your replacement. There's just no way, guys. The reason I got this grinder was for one reason. I have these flap discs that I did a review on, and I'm getting tired of switching between flap and cut off on the grinder. So I bought this to put the flap discs on, and I can keep the cut off disc on that, and I might buy another one of these to put a grinder disc on because they're so cheap, so I don't have to switch discs. I can just grab it and go. It saves a lot more time that way. So let's see if we can cut this steel. Let's see if we can cut this steel. It's a 1/4 inch wall. This battery is fully charged. Let's see what the fat lady says. One good thing about this is it has the quick change. So that's a plus. Now I want to mention this button is very cheesy, but it'll get the job done. For 40 bucks, screw the button. Let's see how it works. So, definitely not the fastest cutting thing. But hey, if you're at pull apart, take a couple batteries with you. This will get the job done. A little slow. It does cut, and as you've seen, it didn't cut off. When I know the Milwaukee would cut off before it even got as far as this. It would have cut off and all wigged out and whatever the Milwaukee things do. It's crazy. It's weird. So we cut through half of that. Again, slow. The electric grinder would have just right through this. No problem. Now, let's put the task to it for what I actually bought it for. So let's do what I actually bought it for. There it cut off. Okay. Come right on. Now it only cut off because I was pushing on it on purpose to see if it would cut off. And it did. That's a protection mode. That's actually a good thing, guys. Even though it's annoying, it's actually a good thing. But the Milwaukee does it so quick. I mean, so quick right out the line. It's annoying. And this thing isn't even freaking warm. I'm sure it'll get warm as you use it, but hey. I like it for 40 bucks. I don't like that though. See all the metal sticking to the side? That's from the magnetic, well, that's from the magnets of the motor being glued to the plastic. That's, I mean, it'll come off, it'll wipe off, but that's kind of annoying. That grinder doesn't even do that. So, but hey, whatever. 40 bucks? Go buy the thing. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out and God bless. Bonus content for you guys. I'm going to show you how to get longer life out of your wore out flap disc. Go to your grinder, or you can do this with concrete. Turn it on. Turn that on. That makes a mess, but it's real quick. It does make the wheel smaller, but look, brand new again. Thanks, guys. You're welcome.